everybody, I'm back to do the first part of my Q&A. So, as per usual, I'm not going to waste any time because there's a fuck ton of questions. So we're just going to go, okay? So I'm just going to go through, I'm going to try and skip around and not necessarily go in any order, just to kind of keep it spontaneous so that people can't guess where I'm going to go next. If I don't get you in the first part, I'll get you in the second or maybe the third. I don't know how many parts of this Q&A there's going to be. There's nearly 200 questions, so let's go. Okay, I'm going to start here, and then, by the way, just forewarning you, a lot of these questions are about Negan. Not that I'm complaining, because that's kind of what I wanted, but I'm just warning you so that you know. So the first one, I don't want to butcher your name, because you've been here for a long time, and I don't, so I'm going to say the first one because I think I can do that, but the second one I'm just going to kind of, you know who you are, but you've been here for a long time and I appreciate you so much, and I'm so sorry that I can't do this, but tier 2, I don't even want to try the second part, I really don't, so I'm just going to stick to that. Let's see, does the comic ever address Negan's situation regarding kids? Like, is he shooting blanks or does he make his wives have abortions? Why doesn't he have his own kids? Oh, okay, I'll answer the second one first, why he doesn't have his own kids. I don't know, maybe, I guess, I mean, okay, just forewarning everybody, this Q&A is going to have a lot of comic spoilers, a lot of Negan backstory spoilers, just a lot of stuff like that, so if you want to avoid that, maybe don't watch this, or just kind of skip around the questions, because I'm going to be spoiling some things if you don't want to hear them. We never really, I mean, I don't believe he's ever addressed why he never had children, why he never had kids with Lucille. I don't know. I mean, they were a married couple and they'd been together for a long time, but they just didn't have any kids. I mean, Negan was a teacher, so he was around kids all the time. Maybe that was enough to put him off of them. I don't really know. So I don't know why he doesn't have his own kids. I guess just personal choice. He didn't want to have them, neither did Lucille. I don't know. I mean, she wasn't really in good health, so at least for the last bit there, she wasn't in good health, so, or maybe she couldn't have kids. I don't know. That never really gets addressed. As for the wives, now correct me if I'm wrong, in the comics I don't believe there was ever a pregnancy scare with the wives. In the show they had that thing happen with Sherry, which kind of threw me off because I was like, wait, what? Because I just don't feel like Negan would even chance having children, and I'm sorry to get a bit vulgar here. I mean, it is me we're talking about, and I'm vulgar all the time. Apologies in advance, but either he's pulling out, or maybe they have some kind of system, maybe they're on some kind of birth control. I mean, birth control can last for a long time. They scavenge, for the wives to have birth control. Maybe, maybe that's a thing. Maybe they're on some kind of birth control or something. Maybe they have some kind of system. Maybe he's pulling out right before. I don't know. But I don't know. There's plenty of things. I spent like 5 minutes on that one question. Red Fusion. What was it like meeting Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Austin Emilio? Oh my god. I could talk about this for the rest of my life. Let's see. I'll talk about Austin first for a minute. I do have a whole video where I talk about everything in depth, with very minor details that most people don't care about, but I care about them. So if you want to know the full thing, my Walker Stalker vlog is where you'll find all that information. But the best day of my life, honestly, or at least one of the best days of my life. It was so great. They were both so sweet. They're so nice. So welcoming, so kind, so funny. They're both just, they're both so wonderful, and I love them to death. I really do. And it was amazing. And 10 out of 10 would recommend, if you ever get the chance to meet them, that you take it, because they're both, you will not regret it. They're both so sweet. Austin talks to you like he's known you your whole life. He's it's like he makes you feel so comfortable, and doesn't make you feel weird or stupid or anything else. He just makes you feel so comfortable, and it's like you feel like you're friends with him or something. It's amazing, and it's rare that I meet people that I feel that comfortable with just initially meeting them. Maybe it's the fact that it's Austin. I don't know. I loved every minute of it though. My time with Austin was very brief, but it was still amazing regardless. My time with Jeffrey was a lot longer. Jeffrey, I didn't really know what to expect. my experience with Jeffrey was like way different than my experience with Austin, because, you know, I mean, they were both great experiences, but, you know, I think my experience with Jeffrey was a lot more personal because of the fact that he knew who I was. Like, I still can't believe that. That's still so fucking crazy. He knew who I was because he'd seen these videos, which I still don't really know how I feel. Like, I'm happy about it, and I'm like, you know, I think it's a great thing, but at the same time, I'm also fucking embarrassed because it's just like, he's seen me fangirl over Negan, and like the way that I acted, like he's seen it, and I just don't really know how to feel about that. And I was able to talk to him like a person. I was afraid the whole time that I stood in that line that I was going to go up there and act stupid, and was like going to say something dumb, or like, you know, and then that didn't happen because he was able to like navigate a conversation, keep me focused on what was going on, and it was fucking great. And like I said, 10 out of 10, would recommend you do it, because it's amazing. Let's see, Ultimate Fanboy. That's a great name. I think you and I would get along well. Hi Shady, love your channel. Thank you very much. Okay, once again, spoilers, I'm warning you now. First question, were you happy when Negan killed Alpha since she did what she did in issue 144? Yes, I was, because I fucking hate Alpha. I hate the Whisperers. I hate that whole arc, really. I'm not really a big fan of the Whisperer arc. I just don't like it. I mean, the idea of it, like of people walking around in the skin suits, is a really cool premise. It's just, I think the execution of it is what I don't like, because of the way that they made the Whisperers out to be. You know, if you know anything about them, then you know how fucking twisted and awful they are, and I can't stand them, but I hate them, and I was so happy when he killed her, because I was just like, thank you God, this is all I've ever wanted. Now she's finally dead, and Negan did it. Like, there he goes, saving people's ass again. Good job, Negan. Love you. Number 2, what do you think of the Whisperer War so far? I think it's a lot. It's intense. There's a lot of really crazy stuff going on. I just recently got caught up with it, so it's still kind of fresh on my mind. I'm just liking all the little relationships and dynamics that we're seeing in the middle of this crazy war, like seeing Dwight and Negan around each other again, and kind of seeing their dynamic, like, kind of do a complete opposite, like, because now Dwight's leading the Saviors, and he's the one in charge, and Negan's just kind of there and getting, like, berated by him constantly, which, I mean, I guess is kind of karma, because Negan's a dick to everybody, and he was a major dick to Dwight for ever, and so now he's kind of getting it back to him. But I mean, it kind of makes me sad at the same time, and like seeing how Dwight, like, he keeps giving him a hard time for being upset about Lucille, but you know, I have to keep reminding myself that Dwight doesn't know about what happened, so he just sees it as this crazy lunatic that's crying over a baseball bat, when really it's a lot more than that. But I like what's going on with them right now. Maggie and some of the other stuff that's going on with the characters. I'm really liking where a lot of them are at right now. Jesus is another one I'm really liking where he's at right now. But in terms of like the war, I mean, I don't ever like for anybody to be in danger, especially not all of my favorite people. It's hurting me and I don't like it. And then 3, where do you think the comic will go after this war? I don't really know. I mean, I never know where this comic is going. They always like do complete 180s and throw me off, and I'm like, where the fuck did this person come from? And how did this happen? Like, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't really know where they'll go after this. I mean, there's tons of things that they could do, you know? It's a zombie apocalypse. You can make anything crazy happen in an apocalypse, but, yeah, I'm interested. I want to focus more on like some of these characters and kind of where their stories are growing or where they aren't going to go, because I feel like sometimes they just put a lot of focus on the plot and all the crazy stuff going on and kind of leave the characters hanging a lot. I'd like to focus a little bit more on some of the characters before they start doing anything crazy again. Let's see, Alan Coe, what kind of accent is this? I think you're pretty cool. Love your reaction videos, they're awesome. Request, keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Thank you. This is a southern accent, unfortunately. Let's see, John Gamash 7? I'm so sorry. You all, listen, just please don't be offended if I don't get your name right. I'm just not good with this shit. Okay, his question is, will you be sad if Negan dies or happy? Yeah, I would probably go into a bout of depression, but Negan, I don't even want to think about it. I don't ever want to see Negan die in the comic, in the show. No, I don't ever want to see it. And if they do kill him, I want them to do it off panel or off screen. Like, I don't want to see it happen. I don't want it. I don't ever want him to die, ever. And it's like Rick, Michonne, Carl, and Negan. I don't ever want to see them die. Don't show it to me. I don't want to look at it. I would be so upset if Negan died. Like, if he were to die on the show, and I was still doing reaction videos when that time came, I would not put that on the internet. Like, you would not see my reaction to his death, because you all, just no. Action Jack 93, what's your impression on Simon, played by Stephen Ogg? I love Simon. I think he's fucking hilarious. Tayan Walsh, hi, I'm relatively new here, but I love your channel now. Thank you very much. I'm new or old, doesn't matter. I love you all the same. Your reactions are the first I look for after every episode, because of your love for Negan is adorable. Thank you. He's one of my faves too, although I don't quite like him like you do, because I like girls. That's totally fine. You do you, honey. Anyway, I was wondering what moment in the comics first made you really like him. Honestly, as soon as he strutted onto that like in issue 100, his very first issue, as soon as he walked into the frame on that panel, and you see him for the first time, that was it. That was pretty much it. From that moment on, I was Negan's bitch. That was it. Like, that's all that needed to happen. I just needed to look at him, and that was it. Like, what Negan looks like physically, and it, like, just in general, the way that he, like, the style that he wears, like the leather jacket and all the belts and everything like that, and the slick back hair, like, and what he looks like the really strong facial features, the really heavy brow, he just physically basing it here, he's my ideal man, just physically. I'm not talking about, like, everything else, like killing people and all that shit. I ain't with that, okay? I'm not. I don't agree with it. Just because I love Negan and, like, lust over him quite a bit does not mean that I agree with everything he does, or that I think that he's, you know, is a good person or something. Like, I don't condone that shit, but I still love him anyway. Basing solely on looks, he is my ideal man. And then as soon as he started throwing out the F-bombs, I was like, this dude is my soulmate. Just, oh god, he's so pretty. Like, that's right there, my ideal man right there, dude. That just, oh, love him so much. But yeah, just as soon as he walked on the comic panel, I was like, that's it, there we go. Like, bye, Rick. Let's see, Josh Hartzell, if you could be any superhero, whether it's DC or Marvel, who would you be and why? I know she's not a hero, but I'm gonna pick her anyway, and it's Catwoman, because I love her. She's everything. Anson Ferris, there is no doubt that your beauty, just as about everyone has pointed out continuously on your videos. Thank you very much. I don't know that I agree with that, but thank you. Number 1, what state are you from? I was born in Tennessee, raised in Virginia. So, 2, how many tattoos, and of what? Luckily, I wore a shirt today that I can show you all of my tattoos. This one, hopefully you can see it. This one says, it's never too late. That was my first tattoo. That one is, I think, the most personal tattoo I have, and it's because I, like everybody else, have gone through hard times in my life. You know, went through depression, contemplated suicide, the whole nine. Like, I've been through that. And so that one is just like a daily reminder to me that, you know, no matter how hard it gets, that I'm going to be okay and I'm going to make it, because I don't ever want to be in that place again. It was awful. This one here, which I get asked about all the time, this one says, I wept alone, and it's a Phantom of the Opera quote, and I wanted it here, because it's over my heart, and I guess it's just kind of like a tribute, really, to the character of the Phantom. He's like my favorite thing in the whole world, and I thought that I Wept Alone kind of summed him up just as a person. So that's what that one is. And then this one, which is my Phantom, it's still a work in progress. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put everything. It'll probably end up being a half sleeve by the time I'm done with it, but the first part I got was the mask here, which is obviously Phantom of the Opera. He wears a mask. That's the mask from the Susan K book. It's on the front of it. And then this around here is Farsi or Persian, and I'll tell you what they mean. This one is the scorpion, the grasshopper, the rose, and the nightingale back there. And they're all like figures or that are mentioned frequently in the books, like the rose and the nightingale are from a Persian poem, and then the scorpion and the grasshopper from the original novel. But they all of those things get referenced a lot in the story, and I got it in Persian or Farsi because of the character, the Persian. He's my favorite next to the Phantom, so I wanted to kind of do something for him too. So that's that one. And then my most recent one, I'm going to turn around for you. Hopefully you can see it. It's right there. I really hope you can see that. That one, most recent one, and that one is actually Jeffrey's handwriting from one of his autographs that he did on my Entertainment Weekly up there. And I got this one because I knew before I even went to Atlanta that I wanted to get a tattoo just to kind of help me remember my experience there and everything that happened. It was one of the best weekends I've ever had in my life. I was so carefree and happy, and I wasn't worried about a thing in the world. Wasn't stressed over anything. It was just one of the best weekends I've ever had. And I was able to spend time with my friends and my family that went with me, because we rarely get to see each other, and it was just, I never want to forget that weekend ever. So it's not only to help me remember that, but the whole experience that I had at the con, and all the wonderful people I met and how wonderful they were to me. I want to remember that, and like tattoos for me are like reminders so that I'm never able to forget things that are important to me in my life. Like it could mean a lot of things. You know, when people see it, they just think, oh, XOXOXO, like hugs and kisses. And people wouldn't really know any different unless I told them. Yeah, I just wanted to be able to remember it, and so that's what that one is. And I got it there because I thought it would look cute. I don't have any tattoos on my back, so. Okay, and then question 3, where did you get your vintage style from, and who is your style idol? I just got it from just life, like interests, because I'm a big old movie buff. I love them. They're my favorite thing. And I've always wanted to look like those women. And Dita Von Teese is my style idol, definitely. She is amazing. If you don't know who she is, please Google her right now and thank me later. She's incredible. I look up to her so much, and she's helped me become confident, and she's helped me understand so many things about being a woman, and has made me feel comfortable in my own skin, and you know, I love her so much. She's incredible. So her, definitely. And 4, how did you become such a huge fan of The Walking Dead? Keep up the great work, and I look forward to seeing more videos. Thank you. You're welcome. Just by watching it is how I became a big fan of it. I mean, just once I became aware of it, you know, it took me a while to get on, get turned on to it, but when I did, that was it, you know, and I just love, you know, it's not really, to me, it's not a zombie show, it's a show about people and what happens to people in these situations. I think it's really interesting, and so it's pretty easy to get, you know, into it that way, but, yeah. I'm going to answer a few more, and then I'll cut it off for this part, and then we'll just pick up in the next part. You should expect probably after Christmas. It's going to be a busy week, so. Sergio Rook, I'm so sorry. Shady, my question is, what do you think about Morgan's philosophy, all life is precious? At which level do you agree, disagree with it, and why? I really admire Morgan, and Eastman both, for believing in that philosophy and for practicing it. I think it's wonderful that there are actually people in this world that don't want to kill, and that, you know, believe something like that to be true, which I believe is true. I do believe that all life is precious, and no matter how much I go on about Negan or Rick or anybody else, I don't agree with murder in any respect. I don't think that taking a life is ever the answer to anything, because that's not what we're here for. That's not our job to take people's lives. People die when they're supposed to die, and it shouldn't be by the hand of another person. So it happens every day, unfortunately. There's people dying right now, and by the hands of other people, and I don't like that. So I do agree with Morgan's philosophy, and that would probably be the type of person I would be in the apocalypse, probably. Would be somebody like Morgan who couldn't bring themselves to kill somebody because they just don't believe in it. So, Ronald Grant, show question: do you think that if Shane were still alive, he'd be one of the saviors? Him being one of the saviors, I think that Shane, much like Rick and much like Negan, he's an alpha male, and when you have two alpha males in the same place, it just doesn't, like what happened with Rick and Shane happens, it's just they butt heads until somebody snaps. As tough as Shane is, Negan would snap him in two. I don't think that it would have worked out because, like I said, the whole alpha male thing, like men, the pissing contest all the time, and Negan, even though, you have strong men in the saviors like Simon and Dwight, they're still submissive to him because he doesn't give them a choice, like they have to be submissive to him. That's how it works. Negan makes them be submissive. So, and I don't think Shane could be submissive to anybody. So, see, Trust Obey 1016. Will Negan get you anything for Christmas? I fucking hope so. I mean, dude, I have done so much for you this past year, and I would like a present. I would really like one, Negan. Are you gonna get me one or not? I doubt he'll get me anything. If somebody could get me a real life Negan for Christmas, I would love you all forever if you could do that somehow. Like any of you Negan cosplayers out there, holla at your girl, because, especially if you like really look like him, please do. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get me anything, which really sucks, dude. That's really not nice. I talk to him a lot, by the way. Like, I can't. Just Simple Nerd, would you be my friend? I don't have a lot of them. You're already my friend. All of you are my friends. But if you would really like to be my friend, though, I have links to all my social media on the channel. So, hit me up sometime. Let's see, J-Man16, besides Negan, who's your favorite savior? Dwight, definitely. I love little Dwight. He's definitely my fave, other than Negan. Philip Rosser? Philip Rosser? If you had your own baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, what would you call it? Oh man. Well, Negan named his after his wife, so, I don't have a wife. I would probably name it Bitch, because I could make a lot of jokes about bitch slapping people. Bitch is like my favorite word, so I'd probably name it Bitch. Like, I'd strut up, this is Bitch, and she is awesome. It would be so much fun. And like the whole bitch slap thing, that'd be funny. So, probably name it Bitch. Cryptic Knight 23, who is your favorite female character in The Walking Dead? Personally, I love Maggie. I love Maggie too. Sweet as apple pie, so cute. But my favorite character is Michonne, definitely. That's my queen. She's everything. I love her. Okay, this will be the last one, and then I'll pick up with the others in the next part. Jason Ramos? Do you think there's any redemption for Negan? Maybe he joins Rick to kill a bigger threat. I don't want him to die. I don't either. Also, do you think Jeffrey D. Morgan watches all your videos? Do you think there's any redemption for Negan? Yes. I think that there's redemption for everybody, and for every character. I think that everybody can do something to redeem themselves. Maybe he joins Rick to kill a bigger threat. I think you're onto something here, and like I said, I won't spoil anything, but just the comics, my friend. The comics. Alright, in the second part, do you think Jeffrey watches all your videos? I really hope not. I really hope not, just because, like I said, it's great, it's fucking amazing that he's seen them, but it's also fucking embarrassing for me. Just like, I just can't cope with the fact that he has seen that happen. So I don't know. I mean, who knows what people do in the privacy of their own home? I don't know. I know that he's seen at least one of them, and the way that he talked, I feel like he's seen more than one. And he had to have gone to my channel to get to my Twitter, because he followed me on Twitter a couple weeks before I went to Walker Stalker, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So clearly he had to have gone to my channel to find my Twitter. And, okay, just by the way, if Jeffrey Dean Morgan can find my links to my different places on YouTube, then so can everybody else. People are always commenting, what's your Twitter, what's your Instagram? I'm like, you all, it's on the channel. If Jeffrey can find it, so can you, honey. You can do it. I believe in you. I don't know. I just recently shared the link, or posted the video of episode 7 reaction of, like, Carl at the sanctuary. I shared that on Twitter, and I think that he would notice that one, because it's on Twitter. He only follows like 60-some people, and I'm one of them, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know how often he gets on there. I don't know the answer to that question. It really gives me a lot of anxiety, though. It really freaks me out just to think about it, because I don't ever want to make him uncomfortable. And by the way, I said that when I met him. I said, I hope that didn't make you feel uncomfortable when he told me about seeing the video. I was like, oh my god, I hope that didn't make you feel uncomfortable. And he's like, no, it's great, it's hilarious, I loved it. And I'm like, okay, if you're sure. Like, you know, when I go on about Negan, I'm going on about Negan. I'm not going on about Jeffrey himself. You know, he's playing Negan. It's Negan. You all know how I feel about Negan. You know, so I'm going on about Negan, not necessarily Jeffrey himself. Even though he's amazing and I love him, I'm also a respectful person. So, you know, I really don't want to make him uncomfortable, but, the answer to that question is, I don't know. There you go. That's, I've talked for so long that my mouth is starting to just dry up. I hope that you all enjoyed the first part of this, and, I hope that I answered your question sufficiently, and, it made you happy. I'm gonna go, and until next time, I'm Officer Friendly. Over and out.